Hey everybody, it's time to roll the wind. I want to wish each and every one of you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy Hanukkah. I also want you to take time to be thankful for all the blessings you've received this year. And I want you all to know that you all have blessed me just by tuning in and watching my channel. I thank each of you for doing so. I really appreciate it. Now on to next year. Let's have a healthy, wealthy, and prosperous new year. Let's achieve great things together, and let's go to the casino and roll to win. Hello everybody, it's time to roll to win. I want to wish each and every one of you a very blessed holiday season, a very Merry Christmas, and a healthy, happy, and prosperous new year. Today I'm going to just throw a little bit from the end down here in the hook. It's a lot more obviously there's a lot more action on the dice. There's going to be a lot more energy. Came out with a hard 4. I'm throwing that 5, 4, 5, 6. So the hard 4, that's directly on the bottom. That's a primary hit. Five, 6, 5, 4. 3, 2, 5. We're just going to mark some numbers here. I still practice a little bit from down here in the hook. I do not hesitate at a casino to throw from the hook. I have always enjoyed the hook. In fact, I might be better served if I just stayed in the hook. You never know. Now, we are throwing to the bouncier end of my table. You don't hear a lot of noise when they land. Now, it is harder to keep them in tune in the air, but you're going to use a little more spin from down here. A little bit off on my toss. Got another 5 though. That one was way left and not enough arc. Came in hot. 3, 2. It's not really here. You're not trying to throw a drop shot, but I try to put a little more arc on these longer tosses, because I know I'm going to have more energy that I've got to get rid of. So that was not quite as violent. Ace, deuce. I'll just mark it in the field. I think everything but the 2 is visible there, isn't it? All right. And I've raised the camera for you. I don't know if it helps or hurts the shot, but a lot of people are always talking about wanting to see release points. That one was short. Those dice landed right down in here instead of back over in here. The result, 3, 4. We'll try it one more time real quick. Main thing I want to do was just get down here real quick this morning. It's a work morning. Whoa, a lot of reaction there. 6, 1. head, hit the bottom of the rubber. Trying to mentally, see, you do things like that. Mentally, I know I was throwing short. Put too much on that, but we got a .9. That goes up close to the wall again. As an ace deuce. .410. I'm definitely getting the length out of the toss now. I mean, those came down right up against the wall. A little too far. A little too far. Bounce back. See the energy. 8. Really have to concentrate and try to make them land as flat as possible down there. That is much easier said than done. Left one ran off a little bit. 415. But you see, there's a lot of energy. You're throwing the full length of the table. I hadn't had a repeater yet since I threw that first 7 or last one. Up against the rubber again, so I'm throwing really long right now. 5-4. A little better. Another ace deuce looks like. Maristar Casino $1 chip. Marking that with. Landed a little better. Look at that, another ace deuce. So we're repeating now. We're getting some repeaters on this ace deuce action. I think we're still looking for a point, maybe not. I can't remember. Maybe I forgot to move the point. We'll pretend it's a come out, I guess. I forgot to move the putt. I don't even know if I've thrown a point since I made the point. But you know, on crapless, this would be okay. On a regular table, I'm changing sets probably because I'm wasting throws. You know you're only going to have so many. 6-2-8. me, getting in the hook's just a matter of kind of getting settled in to a good spot on the table. Finding a landing zone that gives me a reasonable result, and then trying to hit that spot. A whole lot of your mechanics really rely on hitting the spot. Can't stress that enough. Wild hop back 516. And you're going to have stuff like that, or I am. You're going to have one that digs in a little bit, one that does what it's supposed to. But you do want to see, even if you're throwing down here, you want to see some kind of consistency in the reaction of the dice, like that, even though that's a 3-4-7. Those sat down there really nice, didn't they? So we had 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 tosses, but 3 of them was junk. Total junk. All right, everybody. I'm not going to keep you that long on this. This is just a thank you for watching. We're coming up on 2 years. I've got some ideas for next year, and I'm also a little bit quasi-torn about doing some of the things I'm thinking about. But I'm going to do my best to get some swag out for you folks. Some of it I've already got in. That's just kind of a token of appreciation swag, I guess. We'll try to announce that and how we're going to get those out in January. So I haven't put a lot of videos out this month because it's been a busy season. Tons of content providers out there. Be careful who you watch. Be careful what you believe. Be careful what you try. If you're trying it for real, you know, you don't lose a dime throwing here at the house. You don't lose a dime if you're practicing at home. But if you go in to a casino with real money and you have faith in something that is really not that accurate or great of a concept, something, maybe it's a toss, you just haven't practiced it, but I want to throw this toss because I see it on, you know, don't throw my toss, don't throw my dice sets just because you see it. Practice it. See if you can come up with a reliable mechanic. I'm not talking about a website. I'm not talking about an automotive guy. I'm talking about your toss. You know, there's absolutely no reason to go overboard trying to overanalyze a toss from this distance. I will. Look there, 2 12s. You know, I'll say, okay. Just like those 3 3s a while ago. You know, that's a side bet or a crapless bet you can make. But why in the hell, excuse me, would I want to change something that's working? I only want to change something if it's not working. I'm quite content throw hard 10s, because that's 2 of them. 4 tosses. That's kind of funny. 2 hard 10s, 2 midnights. But I'm content. That's kind of a consistent hit, isn't it? Why would I want to change? If I'm on crapless, I ain't changing. Short. See, all right, see, I tried to call it out. It was short. That one, I could just tell as soon as I released it. It landed right out in here. Look at there. Still got a hard 10. Still got a hard 10. Left, a little close to the wall. Definitely throwing strong. That's our first non-repeat type number right there. We've thrown 3 hard 10s, right? Would you put money on it? Yeah, probably. Probably should put it on when you see the first one. You don't go overboard. One 6. Maybe I'm getting warmed up a little bit. I don't know. I'm just saying you can't. You know, I know I've got people that believe. You know, and I appreciate each and every one of y'all. But I'm just going to tell you, I can stink it up in real life. Hard 8. I'm just marking the Hardways all of a sudden with these green chips, just so it's just kind of an interesting thing to look at sometimes. So watch the Hardways sometimes. They'll occur on a dice influencer, and he's not trying to hit Hardways, but all of a sudden he'll get on a string of Hardways. That was a bad toss, but it came out as 3-2-5. The toss wasn't so bad, it was my release. I could feel my wrist roll forward instead of up. There, hard 6. Sometimes, and it's not because I'm trying to throw Hardways. Now, the hard 10 and the hard 4, they would be primary on that dice. If I see those, I just see that as a good thing. I don't see it as something I get really excited about, but I probably would have on that first hard 10, maybe put $5 on the hard 4, hard 10. Thought I had another hard 10. See, I'm getting a lot of 5s. Getting a lot of top numbers off these dice. Those set down pretty good. A little short. Hard 4. So you could have started, if you were going to bet the hard way, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think that's 6 if I'm not mistaken. could start out with a hard $5 on a hard 4, hit that first hard 4, hard 10, press them all a nickel on that first hard 10, and every time you hit a hardway, just add a nickel all the way around. Now, if it falls, I just let it fall. I don't run back and replace it unless I've been hitting it. So, you know, that 6 and 8 would have fallen, but by now they probably would be in play for at least a nickel, because they just might show up again. There's another hard 10. I think that's 4 hard 10s from the end. Hard 10 on the end, toss from the end. Might have an end fetish. All right. Hard 8. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a green right on top of that puck, just so I know that was a hard way. Probably wouldn't have been working, but you know, you could have hopped those hard ways. Cheap. You could have hopped your hard ways on that come out, and you'd have picked up 30 to 1 on the hard 8 and not exposed your other hard ways to the 7. And there's the 7. I said the word, there it is. No, I'm not that superstitious. That one rolled way over. Alright. Not a little bad toss from the end, especially if you was jumping on those hard ways, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 tosses, 12 of them in the box. That's as good as you're going to get 98% of the time. I mean, that's like the perfect throw. 10 to 12 throws, only two junk on a regular table. 4. If I counted my 10s right, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hard ways out of 1, 2, 3. That's a lot. So I hope when you see them coming, jump on them early, but don't go crazy. But there's things about somebody who's tossing the dice with specific mechanics in the specific set, and suddenly they happen. Now, obviously, we know the hard 10s are sitting right here on top of that dice set. So 4 of my throws, 5 of my throws were definitely primary hits here and on the bottom. The 4s, the hard 4 on the bottom. So those are things you watch for if you're at a table. And maybe you don't know the guy, but you see him setting them. He's got a good looking toss. He's hitting his landing zone. Landing zone is critical. And all of a sudden you see a hard way. Maybe it's somebody you do. And again, you're not setting for the hard ways. You're not trying to throw a hard way, but your mechanics are giving you a hard way. When that happens, put $5 out on the one and the sister. You know, nothing wrong with, like I said, that first hard 4. Let's just kind of play it out. I mean, that first hard 10, you could have invested a nickel on each one of them. The second one would have paid you 35. Right? Would have been nothing in the world wrong with dropping those. Now, both of those would have been, I think, knocked off at one time. But now, now you're getting 70. Go up a nickel. Do it again. One of those, if not both of those, then would have hit. If one of those hits, then you come right back and you just keep layering them up a nickel. You might even want to, if you hit them high enough, you might want to jump them more than a nickel. All right, everybody, that's my holiday holiday musings from the end of the table. Thank you again. I appreciate each and every one of you that's watched. I don't know why I went a little overboard, and then I had a nice hand, so here we go. I ran longer than I wanted to. I apologize. Merry Christmas. For unto you is born this day a Savior in the city of Bethlehem. That's the reason that we celebrate this season. For my Jewish friends, happy Hannukah. Happy New Year. Be safe and prosperous. I love each and every one of you. I love the fact that you spend a few minutes out of your time. It's an honor to have you. It's an honor to have you to watch. And I mean that from the depth of my heart. Please be careful out there during the season. If you play, play carefully. But go practice. Practice like you play. Play like you practice. Do that right there. Go roll to win, folks.